Howdy, y'all. Welcome to Mosquito Springs, Texas, where you always find mystery and adventure. I know that's right. Now get yourself something cold to drink and come set a spell. I'm joined today by Bobby Ray and Winston, and they've got some more news about that Mosquito Springs Spaceport venture they're into. Well, Big D, let me tell you first about what Nadine was watching, that Queer Eye show, trying to find some tips on gussying up the family playroom. And you know that Jonathan Van Ness fella's got a silky mane longer than Nadine's horse buttermilk. You know he's got all these hair products he uses and sells. I bet it cost him $1 bajillion. But you know what? All I needs is my Old Spice all-in-one multifunction shampoo. And I use it for my hair, my body, Chuck Norris, my dog, not the Texas Ranger. Heck, I even use it to put that special sparkle on the 48 Dodge Power Wagon when I want to show it off. I even used it as engine oil in a pinch, and you get that manly Old Spice smell extruding out of the exhaust pipes. Folks, the Mosquito Springs Chamber of Commerce would like to mention you should never pour shampoo into your crankcase. Well, it could work. Nope, nope. I think I'm going to see if I got it in drums. So, Bobby Ray, how's the Mosquito Springs Spaceport going with you and Winston? Well, we hired several people for our Space Force, and 2 of them gave us a big surprise, with one of them giving us even the lead in the commercial race for space. Well, that sounds pretty promising there. So what was the surprise? Oh, it'll come to that. You see, they both had told us during the orientation meeting that they had been on a water break. Well, looks like, looking back on it now, we may have misheard that a bit.
Yeah, man, I think you're right about that.
Well, what y'all talking about?
Well, I didn't want to have to spell it out, but they had broken their town water main, and it was time for the little villagers to come out of their houses to safety.
What?
Well, they were like in labor, man.
Oh, boy. Well, what'd you do?
Well, we cleared all that pizza and donuts off the conference table we'd been snacking on, and one of the guys grabbed a couple of blankets to spread out on there. And boy, there was a lot of little girls screaming going on. Well, that was mostly you, man.
I sure don't remember that. All right. What happened next?
Well, I used some clary sage and lavender in a pocket aromatherapy fan to help induce a sense of well-being and calm for Mary Jo and Clarita. And I think it helped Bobby Ray, too.
All right now.
Also, I wet a couple of my bandanas and put a few drops of clary sage on them to use as a soothing compress for the girls.
Yep, and then the race was on. It was just like NASCAR when they're jockeying for who got pole position on which was to come out first.
Yeah, and their auras must have been in sync, because it wasn't long before they were both dilated all the way up to about 10 centimeters.
Well, I don't know about that, but Mary Jo was dilapidated to about the size of one of those super donuts with the sprinkles and cream over at the truck stop there off of 20. So we knew it was go time.
Well, we did the breathing exercises with them, and the girls were doing so great. But Bobby Ray must have hyperventilated or something, because Carlos had to pick him up off the floor about midway through it all.
Now, I don't exactly remember nothing about that.
But he was a real champ, man, and he got right back up in there to help the girls again. With all the breathing and contractions, it was definitely time to start pushing.
Yeah, I told Clarita just to imagine that your International Harvester truck with the column shift is just stalled out midway up the hill, and you got to get out and push it the rest of the way up. She said something in Spanish like, I don't know, it's like a Bende Joe or something like that. And I think that means something like, thank you.
Oh, it definitely doesn't mean that, man. I said a birthing prayer and asked for a blessing for the ladies, and their babies, as I added a little more lavender to the fan.
Well, to make a short story long, Clarita's was the first to cross that finish line. Got out that checkered flag and everything. She had a beautiful baby girl at 19 inches and 7.5 pounds. Wow, that's pretty awesome. But how'd you know about her measurements? Well, remember I had that tattoo from Thelma's Tattoo and Tan put on my left leg with the ruler to measure the fishies we caught, and when we went out to the Lake Travis that time? And I had my Ronco Popeil pocket fisherman scale that I used to check the weight of my catch.
Yeah, Mary Jo was right behind her with her healthy, baby.
Oh, just say it, Winston. She had a little baby girl, Alien.
Do what now?
Oh, it's true.
Yeah, it's true, man. She was perfectly healthy with all 6 fingers, 3 on each hand, and 2 legs, cute little webbed toes, and a beautiful little happy smile.
Yep, she's a little cutie, all right. And you know, Mary Jo and her cute little alien girl's gonna give us a clear advantage in our space adventures.
Okay, now, just hold on here. I'm still trying to wrap my head around this whole thing you tell me about. Now, how is it that she's supposed to be giving you an advantage?
Well, ain't nobody else got one of them real live aliens on their team.
Well, I guess you got that right. Well, keep us posted on how the mamas and their little girls are doing.
Oh, we will, man.
Today's episode is brought to you by Thelma's Tattoo and Tan, where a tramp stamp is your passport to bronzing loveliness. Ask for the Fisherman Special, and she'll give you something to measure it with. The fish, that is. They even use sun-sensitive ink, so you can tell when you need to slather on more of that suntan butter.
Well, it was good having y'all stop by today. Be sure to tap that subscribe button and tell all your friends to find us on their favorite podcast player. See y'all again next time.
Mosquito Springs and its characters were performed and created by Michael Sessoms, with music by Ty Simon.